the way.
Oh shit! Right, I forgot. Oh, no, I forgot about the screen. I forgot to share it. Oh,
Can't see a dang thing.
Can't see a goddamn thing.
All right, let's see if they'll let me hear the stream this time.
Yeah.
Streaming gods are wise. Ooh, I hear it just a little bit.
Well, good, because right now it's just a little bit of music. I should probably plug my phone in so that it's nice and charged when I'm ready to play.
Make sure your phone's on...
On vibrate also, yeah.
Yeah.
Nano machine,
over here.
son!
You know, even on our worst days where we begin and we're 15 minutes late, or we start at 8 sharp, but then we talk about Naruto for 15 minutes, it's still funny. No, it's so funny because it's if that was a YouTube video, that would be really lousy. But have you ever actually seen popular have you ever seen actual YouTuber streams?
No.
They're oh, we're starting at 8, and you get there at 8, and then 15 minutes of dead silence go by, and you hear them rummaging things in the background, they're the kitchen camera in Five Nights at Freddy's, and then they eventually show up, and then it's just chatting with the audience for 15 minutes about what they were up to, and then they get to the episode. Even on our worst days, we're still more snappy than most streams. We're just not very. It's just that for YouTube episodes, we'd want to edit it way tighter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right.
Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright. We're the Peopleorians. I'm obsessed with No Man's Sky and multiverses right now.
And I want to get better at both of those. I can actually run multiverses on my laptop, which is pretty neat.
Which is so great!
Yeah, it's important because if I can run it on my laptop, it's less layers of internet between me and my opponent.
I want you to get to where you can actually participate in real matches, because I want to stream multiverses.
I'd be up for a bit of that. And also, I do love goofing around in No Man's Sky. I've been getting into the
I'd stream some No Man's Sky too, honestly.
I've been messing around with the cooking system in No Man's Sky, which it's very I don't know what the word is. It's the opposite of vestigial, where instead of it being left around because of something earlier, it's more it's the prototype that will eventually become something that's more important. Right. But currently the cooking system doesn't have a whole lot attached to it, so it's just kind of also there. None of the factions ask you to cook something, none of the NPCs want you to cook something. There's only Cronus who will there's only iteration Cronus on the Anomaly who you'll give him creature pellets and it'll be this dog food tastes like dog food, how dare you? Then don't eat the dog food.
Well, I don't know what you were expecting. Man, Taylor's over here oh, I've gotten into the cooking system, and I'm hey, I learned 5 words and just got a gun.
Yeah, and it's honestly, I feel like that's the way that this game is meant to be played. I mean, maybe I like the concept of playing No Man's Sky with friends. I know it was originally supposed to be a very isolated sort of game or whatever, but I've joked for the longest time, hey, when are they actually going to add multiplayer? But they did add multiplayer a while back, and
I mean, how could you not? This game was built for multiplayer, dude.
It's very isolated, and I think it's pretty fun to work as a team, especially if you have someone in your team that's played a lot more.
Yeah, and there's
certain bits of the game that haven't been I guess balanced or whatever. And it's very grindy in the early game.
Yeah, and it's really easy to just decide canonically, yes, this is an isolated experience. These astronauts are not actually all hanging out. Canonically, they're all alone. But you can still have a fucking multiplayer element in it. It's the opposite of Borderlands, where you can all play together, and canonically the story is supposed to happen with all of you in it, but in actual practice only one of you is ever there, and it's annoying and confusing, and no one ever actually addresses you as a character.
Okay, now I'm imagining like No Man's Sky, but with like a campaign like bit that you can play. That is like that's on the other end of the spectrum. It's was it Dead Island, where not only is it canon that you're with a team, but like in all the cutscenes, even if you're playing in single player,
They're all there.
they're all
Like
there.
they
Yeah, they're
would
all there
be.
helping you. I would love that. Like just like you're just playing with your friends, and it's like you'll do different stuff or whatever.
Yeah, it's good. It's good shit.
But yeah, it's a good game. And speaking of good games, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Phoenix
In our last
Wright, good
episode,
game.
We met Red White,
Owner of Blue
CEO
Corp.
of Blue Corp,
CEO.
and the problem with that, one of the trick with that guy is that Lujak, he doesn't concern himself with petty things such as time and place.
No, he really doesn't. He does not have time for such petty things.
And let me check the chat here. I don't think anyone's in the chat yet.
No. Hello.
There he is.
Ah, this smug bastard.
I just realized something. You know that spooky picture of like the family at dinner and there's like a body falling in the background?
Uh-huh.
And then like it's very spooky and still until someone goes, "Hey, but like without the body falling, wouldn't the picture be like really off center? Like they just have a big open area with nothing in it?" And you realize, "Oh, okay, yeah, this has to be like staged or cropped." Because otherwise, like, it's like they expected something to show up there. Well, that, except it's this guy's office where, like, it has a room for a painting, right? But before he stole the painting or whatever, or took the painting, what was there? Do you think it's just bolted over another trophy case?
Yeah, totally.
It's just, yeah, it's hanging in front of other less important trophies.
It's also just a bunch of bullshit trophies. Like, what was it over here?
Yeah.
Judges Special Runner-Up, Best Participation, Judges Cooperation Award, Special Good Try Prize. It's just more of that shit.
He's got platinums in games that are very easy.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to people who are completionists for easy games. That reminds me. Someone was talking about how. Whoa, hold on. Sorry, just adjusting my pillow here.
Would you be kind enough to cease your... Oh wait, that's your voice.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Hold on. Just getting my... Need the right neck and back support. No, I was just thinking of... remind me to tell you about... was it Everyone's Gone to the Rapture? That's the title.
I have that on my wish list.
Would you be kind enough to cease your inane chattering and vacate the premises? Oh, right, this guy already, like, kicked your butt.
Oh yeah, he like straight up...
Now he wants you to leave.
Yeah, he like straight up sucker punched you.
Which, like, it wouldn't work in another universe, but we are in the Phoenix Wright universe, where if we did try to sue him, he could be like, actually, it was you who was threatening me, and then that's why I punched you, and therefore I can charge you in the middle of this trial.
Right.
Let me put it in a language you are sure to understand. Is that Kookaburra?
What?
Yeah.
Just start speaking in Klingon? I don't know any Klingon.
Trying to remember the name of that Hawaiian fish.
Ah, I missed that. I skipped the last
yeah,
dialogue bit, but whatever. Man, I forgot how much I hate this guy. Oh my god, between this guy and April, I think they are my two least favorite characters in this game, probably.
I mean... that's tricky.
I do love how over-the-top and absurd, like, Red White is, and, like, how memeable both of them are. But, like, as people, I hate them.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, can you set your, your thing to, readable text?
Oh,
on Discord?
Yeah. Let me, change the, fuck, how do you do it again? Stream quality to 480p?
Yeah or no, but you can set it to smooth, more readable text.
Okay. There's no option that says more readable text. I see 15 FPS. Do you want me to put it on 15 FPS?
That would also help, yeah.
Okay. Alright, how's
Put it back
that?
to 720 though.
Okay.
You can. It's kind of funny because it's like, oh, 480 isn't that bad, but
Well,
then you set it to that, and it's like, oof, that's.
What
that's
about
not 480,
1080? Would
that's like,
1080 be better? Because I could just...
oh,
Oh, wait, no, that's left behind.
Even more,
I
I don't need that
forgot.
much.
Forgot that wasn't free. Never mind. Apparently, Miss May is in questioning. I doubt they'll let me talk to her today. Of course. Hello, mannequin guard person.
it's just a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, just a cardboard cutout. This
Crossword.
asshole.
He's probably very sad about his painting.
Probably.
At
Huh?
least they didn't take my globe and my hair.
And my mammoth? He's got a mammoth back here.
I don't think that's a mammoth.
No,
Wait,
what is that?
where are you gesturing to? Hold on.
The thing next to the globe? No, maybe not a
Oh,
mammoth.
no, that's
It looks
a bear
like some
holding a
kind of-
salmon, I think.
See, I thought that the salmon was the bottom part of its jaw, and it was like some creature out of Ratchet and Clank or something.
Oh, like one of those animals that end in therium.
Yeah, something like that.
Just the science way of saying like beast. It's a therium, the beastie beast.
Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat.
Is that how you clear? Jumping Jehoshaphat.
Jumping what?
Oh, you. You need to make sure he doesn't have the same voice as the judge.
Oh, yeah. No, make him sound like, give him a voice that's like, what's wrong? You look so, you're so pensive. Look at the end
Oh,
of the
like flat, really lippy flap.
Yeah, like, don't fix your buy for some body lotion.
And I can try. I like him, but as Robin Williams, Ted Kennedy. No, not Ted Kennedy. Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, I can see that. What's wrong? You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days.
I'm not senile yet. Hold on, let me check the audio. Oh, sorry. Let me check the audio.
Audio.
Okay, my audio is good. I was just thinking about this whole mess.
Something's really bothering him. That much is clear. Hey, buddy,
Oh.
about that painting.
Just for security's sake, I'm gonna switch over to the Discord app because it probably gets me better audio quality.
Probably.
Now it's a bad habit of me using the using the browser.
Which I've told you not to do, man!
And wait a minute. Oh yeah, he does have the little badge. It's right next to the blue corp button. It's right under the. Yeah, you can see it now. He does have the attorney badge.
Oh, neat. Wait a second. Wasn't there a giant painting hanging on that wall? Yeah, it was a painting of fisherman. Wasn't it a fisherman?
I guess it's a fisherman.
It was a dude. Was it Marvin Grossberg? It wasn't Marvin Grossberg.
I don't think so.
And it wasn't sunflowers.
I'm gonna say fisherman just because
It wasn't
the other
Well,
ones.
it wasn't a very memorable painting anyhow, so...
Can you keep trying that until it says something else?
Wait, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it was a picture of... What happens if I pick Marvin Grossberg?
I wonder if my
Wasn't
audio
it-
is better when.
Nope, same thing.
Very interesting.
Sunflowers. It's the same thing no matter what you pick.
Sunflower.
But thinking that would be
yeah.
too much.
Thank you for picking me up there.
You're welcome. Well, you know, I told
She
you
was so
I'll always
bad, nevertheless.
Well, I told you I'll always be picking you up when you're down.
I never thought it would be so simple, but I found a way.
I found a way. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny, they don't look like they've ever been read. I think you're a hack, Grossberg. I must say it right
I'm
now.
just imagining the opposite end of the spectrum, like if you found a bookcase where all of the books look like they were really heavily read, and you're like, man, you must read like very quickly.
Oh, wow,
and
that dude reads a
constantly.
lot. You just read at like Barry Allen speed, don't you? Are you a speedster?
It's like, no, it's like, no, I just get all my books secondhand, so they're all pretty, like, touched. They got a lot of grease on them.
Today's try.
Everyone at home, like, all my OCD folks at home, like, my book's greasy? What does that mean?
How would they even get greasy? What?
Oh, like just the oil on your fingers.
No, just like you talking to yourself, obsessing over it. Like, when would I have? But was I reading while I was eating chicken or something? Is that a thing?
Oh, oof, ouch.
I feel like I would never do that.
I love that. I think it was like a retweet from. It wasn't Neil Gaiman himself, but it was like a fan who he retweeted. And it's like, whenever you think you've seen the most beat up copy of Neil Gaiman's Sandman, there's always someone with an even more beat up copy.
Oh yeah, I have yet to actually read that. I need to.
I think I read the first little bit of it.
That's one that I definitely want to get like a trade of.
There's something very funny about it's a compliment, but it's also like a specific. It's like a type of fandom where it's like, oh,
this comic book is so beat up that because of how much I read it.
Because I read it a bunch, but also the people who read it are like adventurous enough that they're bringing it with them places, and because of that, it's like, oh yeah, what today, and it'll just be Neil Gaiman like, hey everyone, today I saw at least 3 different copies of Neil Gaiman's Sandman that were like accidentally dropped into a toilet and they picked it up.
Oh no! Oh, that's upsetting.
I mean, presumably, like while they were sitting there and they dropped. I don't know, but it's just like it's like those copies of like school books that are right about to be thrown out, where they clearly have like wrinkled up pages.
Yeah.
But, like, oh man, poor Neil Gaiman's Sandman.
So you came to see the trial. You know what book I did read that is very good? That's not a Neil Sandman comic, is Invincible. And man, I can't believe it took me as long as it did to read Invincible. Like, here's how it went. I watched.
Is it shorter than you would expect? Is it kind of like when you're reading the Naruto mangas and it's like, oh wow, I finished that in an afternoon? Or is it more like, is it like, what was it, like Fables or something, where you're like, you think you're going to finish in an afternoon, and it's like, oh no, this series went for like several years.
I don't recall how long it was. It might have been just over 100, or it might have been like a couple hundred. I don't remember for sure. What I do remember is that last fight and like what happens in the epilogue, because it is so... Like, they saved the best fight for last in that comic. It took place like inside of the sun, and it was so awesome.
I have a sun.
It was great.
How do you survive a battle in the sun? I wore sunblock.
Right.
Oh, Jenny's in the chat. Jenny says, "Sup?"
Hello.
Hey, Jenny. Nice to see you.
Hey, Jenny. Yeah.
We're in the trial where we're figuring out who really done it regarding both framing. I keep forgetting. Killing Mia and framing Maya, because technically it's twofold, right? Because they killed Mia and framed her sister. So we proved that it's not her sister, but because these trials are always like defense and then attack or prosecution, I guess, we have to figure out who really done it, and we have finally tracked down Wright, the guy that we're pretty sure is behind it all. But he's got a lot of power, and basically we're putting together more pieces by going
Look, man, y'all probably watched the last episode. If this is the first episode you're watching, go back and start from the beginning, because you're not going to know what's happening, and nobody wants to listen to Taylor explain this for 30 minutes.
Okay, so it all started when these aliens who had like chakra powers showed up on the planet.
Oh, deep cut, for people who haven't watched Boruto yet.
I love when someone's having it talking about comics and they do like, okay, but spoilers, and then they put the Discord spoilers around it, and you click on it, and it's like, so the universe is ended by Galactus Hulk, and I'm like, okay, that's not spoilers. It's the end of the universe. Anything could happen between now and then. It could even be a false vision. Someone did that once, and I'm like, I don't think that really counts as a spoiler.
Yeah. So
that's be like solar spoilers. Suns explode.
So you came to see the trial?
Yes, I did. Birthday spoilers. It's happening next year.
Oh no.
Same time.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bully! I mean, not bully. Something was bothering me all last night, you see? Couldn't get a wink of sleep. There was something scratching in the attic. Had to call a small friend for that. Can't go up there because we're fat. Gotta call a small friend for that because we're fat. That's right, I'm fat.
What is that from?
Oh, it's from Baby Cakes. I think it's like a rap that's called like "This Day I'm Having" or something. It's like, let me tell you about this mother freaking day I'm having. I couldn't get a signal, not a wink. We had some squirrels or something under the sink. They climbed up into the closet. Couldn't get to them. Gotta call a small friend for that. Can't get up there because we're fat. And it's like him and his dad just like frowning, looking at the ladder.
We can't
like,
fit there. Really?
I do wonder if that's a ladder thing or that he just can't fit up there. Because if he can't fit up there, I would do some like renovations and just like increase the hole size. You know, like put some divots on the side.
Yeah,
I would do that.
Visible. Really?
It'd be a lot of work, but
yeah. Really? What was that?
Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl.
Uh-huh.
My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly.
Who's into it?
You ever like sneeze while you're lying down and you like your abs flex so your leg just like jumps up?
No.
Or is that's just me?
That might just be you.
Oh, Jenny says, sorry to go, but the stream is slow. I don't have Wi-Fi. Well, catch our episode on YouTube or later on, or you can catch it just later today on Twitch once you got home or something.
Yeah. Bye. Either way. Bye.
Crossford says, I don't know what I would have done. Things had gone poorly for the girl.
Your refusal.
Yeah, Grossberg.
I asked before,
You're a fancy lawyer. You could probably do this trial.
Yeah, you look smart. You wear glasses that, oddly enough, go out
I'm gonna
and...
mention the fact that he's clearly, like, a successful lawyer, and
No, I'm gonna mention the fact that he has small glasses where the earpieces don't actually go to his ears and just magically magnetize to his face, and don't even cover all of his eyes.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
How
They're just like...
can you see through those?
Wait a minute. Those aren't little... Oh, wait, no. I thought those were little tiny glasses with little bar things, but those are his eyelids.
Yeah, those
Which means those are... Oh, that I know what that is then. That's called pince nez. It's just French for pinch nose.
Oh, yeah, no, his eyes are just closed, huh?
Yeah, they're lightweight.
Okay, those are earpieces. Okay, wow,
they're held in place by just a very sturdy nose piece. You want to make sure that it's grabbing sort of the bone part of the bridge of your nose and that it fits well. But if it does fit well, then it will stay on there, at least from what I've seen.
I have a sensory and OCD problem with nose pieces, so all the glasses I get are like, they don't have the little plastic tips on their end.
See, I find those very useful because you can adjust them to the shape of your nose.
I hate them so much. They're so uncomfortable. Ugh.
I love when people draw like they're like furry OCs, but they have anatomically accurate glasses where like either the glasses go up and around their ears in a very different way than they usually do on humans.
Oh yeah.
Or they're just like they're sitting on the sides of their head and they draw little like pieces of tape. Like they're just taped on.
Yeah.
I was thinking, why not they should just have like goggles with like Velcro or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you would
That's
think.
probably what furries would wear.
Probably. Yeah, it'd be like some kind of goggle situation, maybe.
Yeah, it would be like,
Yeah,
it would just
yeah.
be a strap that goes around your head.
Yeah,
Alright.
that'd be
Oh,
sick.
wait. There we go.
I asked before, but why did you refuse a request for defense? I think I have a right to know.
The public deserves to know, says
Does
Dynamite Watkins.
people want the truth?
Alright. Alright, Mr. Wright?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It's just... I need more time to think about it, my boy.
He does seem troubled about something. I'm starting to have a feeling I know what it is. Mr.
Painting.
White!
It was the painting that told him.
Yeah, the painting that got stolen.
This will probably trip him up.
Yeah, so I paid Blue Corp a visit.
Oh, I see. I would love if I could send updates to people who like weren't subscribed but did show up in the previous stream. Like that one guy where I'd just be like, "Hey, we're streaming. If you wanna show up."
Right.
Because there's like subscriptions, or there's like the paid subscription thing, but there's also like the follow where you'll get an update and whenever we're streaming. We stream pretty consistently, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me.
Oh, what is it? Well, out with it, my boy.
You see, it's just that
The
big
big painting.
painting.
Yeah, you can't just not notice it.
Yeah, you can't just not notice it. You can see where it used to be, like Mr. Grossberg.
Your room has tan lines.
Yeah, your room has tan lines, Mr. Grossberg, sir.
It's got a sunroof.
You know, I don't like the yellow tie.
I don't. I mean, I think it brings the suit together well, but what are you thinking?
Maybe I just don't like the color yellow. I don't know.
I feel like a black tie would be too simple. Maybe like a. I don't know. I'm
red
trying to
tie?
think.
Maybe a
yeah,
red tie?
I think a red tie could
I think a
work
red
with the
tie
brown
would be
suit.
good. Coming from a dude
Yeah.
that has issues with seeing certain shades of red.
Maybe I would go with something that was still technically yellow, but like an actual like a textured like patterned gold thing. That would be cool.
Yeah, something like
But-
that would be cool.
It'd be funny if there was like a sprite that had like just an over detailed like tie and nothing else. Like the tie just looks too realistic. It's like a color out of space.
What's your deal? I have a tie. That's my thing. You'll know me by the tie. That's how you'll recognize me.
They call him Martin the Tie Grossberg.
There was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with? Well, I saw
that
it
was
today.
the important part. Yeah.
Yep. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Corp. Red White's office.
The CEO of the CEO, the office, the CEO's office, the CEO's office of Blue
special.
Corp, Red White's office.
Chosen
That
special,
office.
especially to be CEO of Blue Corp, especially Blue Corp's office.
So you noticed. Well, you know, you have debts and you pay off the thing. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. And look, now we know how that painting is held. It's got like 2 pins on the wall.
Yeah. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow.
Connected, you say?
Yes, and I know what it is. He's giving you information. He's
You're lovers.
blackmailing you. You're lovers!
And there was only one attorney bed.
I'm gonna go with blackmail.
Yeah, I think he's blackmailing.
Mr. White has something on you, doesn't he? Blackmail.
I said I didn't want to do the Marmaduke movie.
You can't make me. I think that painting is fairly gaudy proof.
Very well. This may be the chance I've been waiting for.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's time to get this off my chest, so I can finally rest easy again, he says, and he, like, takes off his jacket. There, I've
Folds
gotten
it up,
off my
hangs it
chest.
neatly on a hanger.
You need to get this thing off your chest, and there's just, like, that thing on SpongeBob's chest. After all, you are Mia's understudy. Perhaps it was fate.
Perhaps
It is
was.
interesting how this whole thing is like a ghost plot of Mia. Like, it all happened because of because of a revenge against, like, Mia and her mom and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy shit. What's he talking about?
Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now.
15 years?
All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed.
The name on the back of those photographs.
As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. I mean, the guy was sitting in a stall and she handed him a lit grenade. I mean, who does that?
If you haven't watched you didn't catch our Toilet Chronicles stream.
Go watch our Toilet Chronicles stream.
It's so good.
They're really, you know, I've heard of destroying a toilet, but we really destroyed that toilit.
Yeah, with the grenade, it was great.
The grenade. Yeah, you can both hand the guy you can hand the guy a lit grenade and he dies. You can hand him an unlit grenade and he's like, oh, that's a good idea. You should blow up a wall.
Yeah, it's like, sick,
And
blow
you
the wall
can-
up with that.
And you can use it on your toilet and it blows it up and it goes, you've been banned from the restroom for
There's
destroying
also-
a toilet.
There's also a tentacle that tries to kill you that you can blow up and then it, like,
Yeah.
won't ever bother you again.
It turns into a big sushi.
It turns into a big sushi, it's pretty great. Wait! God damn it! The tentacle never showed up! What if that's where the last number was and that's why we couldn't find it? Because we didn't spot it because we skipped through the levels! Is that what happened?
Maybe. I mean, it could be on the sushi, but I think that because the number we were looking for was pink, and
feel like
my guess is that it was hidden
Yeah.
somewhere on the lights along the roof or the ceiling.
That could have been.
Because
I
that
feel
was the only pink thing.
yeah, because I
but-
feel like the sushi had to have been important. Somehow.
Maybe it's on the sushi. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe use the clock on the sushi, and
Yeah,
then
I'm
it
gonna
tells
have to
you.
fucking play that game again now.
White would have destroyed me if I did. He would have handed me. I would have asked for some toilet paper, and he would have handed me a lit grenade.
He would have just pulled a pin out of a grenade and dropped it in my hand. By the time I realized what happened, I'd have been blown up.
So that should be the meanest prank.
He died as
Having
he
like a prop grenade.
he died as he lived in a river of shit.
He died as he lived, destroying toilets.
So that's the connection.
If we had an editor, we could have like the achievement sound from Sea of Thieves play when we blow it up. It's like you defeated the Kraken. It's time for me to tell you this, my boy. But arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible.
Possible.
I think it'd be nigh
Why?
impossible, because it means near impossible. He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians.
What?
They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. And cheesecake. I love cheesecake. We're late at night.
Cheesecake is very good. I'll give him that. Especially like the raspberry cheesecake or like the strawberry cheesecake. Aw.
See,
With
the thing
cream.
that messes me up with cheesecake is that, like, I know that I used to like it, and that I just haven't had it in a while, but I think it's the name. It's the concept that it has nothing to do with cheese.
Well, I mean, if you liked it before, then you should try it again because it is fucking tasty.
Meanwhile, I'm cooking in No Man's Sky. Like, here I made a thing called the Cake of Sin.
The Cake of Sin. Taylor gave me a Cake of Sin on No Man's Sky.
The Cake of Sin.
He was just like, "Here, have this cursed food item." Okay, great. I'll throw it in my ship.
Yeah, you should eat it or sell it, but it feels weird to have it for any period of time. Just too cursed.
I'll probably eat it at some point. What is the DL6 incident?
The Diet Lime 6 incident. Nothing more than the sorting code the police gave the case. It was after DK6 incident and before DM incident.
DM.
The DK incident was crazy. There was this plumber and he was trying to get to an ex of his, but his ape like threw a bunch of barrels. It was a whole thing.
Wait, what's the DM? Oh.
I don't know. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium.
A medium?
I'm calling you large. Her name was Misty Faye. She trained both water and fairy types.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can believe that's a character that exists.
Yeah.
Faye?
I mean, honestly, there's a surprising crossover. There's a similar attitude to character design between Phoenix Wright and like Pokemon, because they're all very larger than life characters. Where like you see Grossberg and you're like, Attorney Grossberg would like to battle.
Attorney Grossberg.
Yeah, they all have like very signature like styles that tell you like what their gimmick is.
Yeah, they really
Indeed,
do.
She was Mia's mother.
Speaking of Pokemon, Naruto podcast that I listened to today made me realize that Kankuro and Shino's fight was a battle between a poison and a bug-type trainer. And that's fucking sick, dude. By the way,
I don't know how those work because I don't know if poison is resistant or not to bug or vice versa.
I don't know, but it was a sick fight. By the way, Shino and Kankuro were two of my favorite characters in Naruto. And the fact that Shino is a bug boy that puts off most people who watch the show makes me love him even more.
Oh yeah, like he's just like, oh, I want to be friends with Bug Boy.
Yeah, I would hang out with Bug Boy. Imagine being the person matched against him in the tuning exams. You're just like, nope, I forfeit. I'll take the exam next year.
Isn't that the trick though? That like if you had if there was enough of a combat, or what is it? If you were against like the worst matchup. I wonder if there's an appeal system where you're like, hey, judges, this is like, this person that I'm fighting really early on is like the best counter against me.
This is really unfair for me. There's no way I get to shine in this battle. This is not an accurate way to
I have
assess
to
my
fight
skills.
the fire extinguisher guy first, and I've got all the fire powers. I feel like he'd be able to beat me, but no one else, and so, like, let's make this a little different.
Yeah, it seems a little fucked up. Seems bad.
Whereas
seems
the fire extinguisher guy would probably win against Shino, because if you sprayed all those chemicals in the bugs, they'd be like,
oh my god, you're right,
breathe.
they would just die.
They get colds, at least, and they'd be slower.
Oh yeah.
Fire extinguisher ninja, secret technique.
The ultimate counter.
Carbon dioxide and foam and or whatever.
Parasitic beetle's worst enemy, the fire extinguisher.
Grossberg just like, are you talking about Naruto again? Indeed, she was Miya's mother. He had been investigating the murder at the bequest of the police. And she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud.
This is what Maya was talking about the other day.
I do wonder if this gets deeper, because I feel like it may have, where even though the plot as it is fine, where it could be like, oh, well, she failed and that happens in your line of duty, but like she was also thrown under the bus or whatever.
Right.
I do like I also like the concept of it being deeper, where it's like, oh, she determined something, or what's the word? She was like thrown off by an evil ghost, or was sabotaged by a different person, or like she learned something that would have incriminated the police and therefore like was thrown under the bus, like that sort of thing.
I could see that happening.
It's a good twist.
Yeah.
I did all I could for her, and in the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day.
Fuck.
That case, my boy, is the DL6 incident, and that is the story of the secret
of the secret door.
You
destroyed Pac-Mar's secret door emporium!
The secret dorium?
The secret dorium! Why were you blackmailed over this?
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, it is. Shout out to all you Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and Ben 10 fans out there.
I'm just imagining like Pac-Mar, but in like the Ben 10 like reboot. I'm just imagining him, but he's got like residual memories where he's like, I don't know who that kid is, but I don't like him.
I don't want nothing to do with that one. I do not trust him.
Who I feel like the worst situation would be Pac-Mar, but but he meets Cricket Green from Big City Greens. It was just like, he's just destruction incarnate.
I have not watched Big City Greens.
I wanted to do a fan art of Cricket Green, but he's got like 4 arms and red skin, and it's just like, hey Dad, look, I got the power of Mayroon's Dagon.
It sounds like a show that's about vegetables or something.
Nah, it's about a group of like a farming family that moves to the big city, except like their house is like the only house that hasn't been turned into like apartments and such. So it's like it's kind of like the house from Up, where like the place to their left and to their right is like high density buildings, and then they just have a regular house.
Huh.
And it's about them just trying to adapt to the big city, and it's pretty neat. And it's got some really good jokes and themes in there, so I highly recommend it.
Huh? Is it a cartoon?
Yeah, it's pretty good. And I also didn't. Sometimes there's a reference where you're just like, who is this for though? Where like there was a whole episode that about going to the library, but like the A plot is Cricket trying to find like books that he can focus on because he has ADHD. They don't say ADHD, but that's what it is.
Right.
Which like is like a really serious like plot. But then like the B plot is that the librarian hates noise and will like show up and spirit you away like the monsters from A Quiet Place. So like they like reenact entire scenes from it. Like there's a moment where Bill Green, the dad, like uses the water fountain to hide his voice, and I'm like, okay, but like none of the kids watching this knows what reference this is.
No, that's just something they put in there for themselves because they like Studio Ghibli. They're like, this is for me.
Yeah, honestly, I love shows that have moments where you're like, yeah, this was for them. This was for the people who made this.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? Good for them. Yeah, they earned it.
It's why they made a pair of bandits that are obviously based on like Jesse and James from Pokemon.
Yeah.
And they have foolproof disguises because they wear masks that look like the other guy.
That's awesome.
It's very dumb. Oh, your line.
Yes, it is. But why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg?
The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. Police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out.
Oh no.
I told him.
You told Wright?
He offered me riches. It's an embarrassment to me now.
Yeah?
He told me he had a key that could open all those weird magic boxes that were sealed with ancient chains.
Yeah, but when I opened them up, it was just a bunch of scribbles.
You're mixing too many games! As I talked, the police were marked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, Wright heard about it. He came to me. Only this time, the offer was black.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Hold on a minute. Where are you off to?
Just to the corner store.
Oh, alright, cool.
Yeah.
Be safe.
I will, thank you. I'll have my phone.
Alright, keep an eye on that tire.
I will.
Sorry about that.
Only this time, the offer was blackmail.
I see.
White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet if you would still challenge him...
Ron White, the most powerful man in the universe.
I suggest...
Yes,
If you still challenge him, I suggest you take this. It's called the Wraith Guard. It will protect you against the burning touch of the Keenan.
Did I say Ron White? I meant Red White. I apparently said Ron White, and my sister yelled, "Yes, he is." Red White is what I meant.
Isn't the guy from Anchorman or something?
I have no idea who Ron White is. Sounds like a politician. Is he a politician?
Have a close look at Mia's office.
His office?
Perhaps she followed his every move for years. Oh. She may have recorded something of what she found.
Ah, cool.
Hopefully you can find some more shelf space.
Yeah, hopefully. Really hope you get more shelf space there, dude. Let's go to the... Yeah, I don't know, the Gatewater Hotel.
No, we'll be going to Fay and Co law offices and scrounging through the bookcases.
Yeah. It's funny looking at this room. It seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look.
I like how not only do we both pronounce his name differently, but we have never tried to correct each other on the pronunciation.
Not once.
We're just living in different realms over here.
This is my reality.
It's like what is it, land drogues in Oblivion, where they were all handed a script that said drogue or droog or draug or whatever, and because none of them had like a pronunciation guide, they all pronounced it differently, which like on one hand could be really clever because drogues are so rare that the people only hear about them in writing, and because of that people don't know how they're pronounced and there's regional dialects. On the other hand, this is Oblivion we're talking about, so that sort of like mismanagement was kind of happening at Bethesda, so them being like, a land drug, a land drug, a land drogue.
That's awesome.
A land drogue. A plant.
Mio's favorite pot.
It's less expensive than... Sorry. It's less expensive than the one at Grossberg's.
I guess I'll have to water it now. What's this picture?
Oh, I do like that. It was a movie poster. It was the first movie that made Mia cry. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, cool. What about
and then
books?
I'm guessing all the details are over in this case.
Probably.
But we have to save that for next time.
Yes, we do. Which file should I look at? We'll figure that out next time.
We'll find out next time on...
People Orienzy.
We'll find it out on, I was watching a bit of Owl House recently, and, Ida is, like, trying to charge up her powers by shouting, and I was like... And she's like, yeah, I learned it from this video that I found from all the Earth junk. It's a technique that ancient warriors used to use to charge up their powers. And I'm like, oh, is this a Dragon Ball Z thing? And then she picks up a VHS and it's like Dragon Claw Z. And I think Luz is like, Ida, this is VHS that's from like 30 years ago. She's like, 30 years? Must be getting old. I remember seeing this in theaters. So, thank you so much for joining us. I've been Taylor.
I've been Lujik.
And I'm reminding you Take care.
Stay awesome.
Check your files from your previous lawyer to see if they were gathering information on the person who killed them.
And mine all of the resources that you need for crafting your space stuff.
Get that chromatic metal.
Don't forget to build your bases. Bye!
Bye. Hey, Thomas.
Look at him.